Well, good evening Dirtfish friends from a now very quiet power stage of Rally Latvia. Behind us, people are starting to get packed up. It's come to an end very quickly, but there was action right until the last second. Colin, let's start with our podium topper, Kalle Rovanpera.
Yeah, Rovanpera, what can we say? A magnificent performance from Kalle Rovanpera. You know, we saw the best of him in Poland, quite clearly. It really was something very, very special indeed. He came here, he had a job to do, and he did it brilliantly. And I said it yesterday evening, he was almost anonymous because he was so good. Now, it's fair to say he struggled a little bit out there today. There was something not quite clicking out there for him today, and might that concern him ahead of Finland? I'm not sure, I don't think so. I think he's in a rich vein of form just now, which makes him almost you have that feeling of imperiousness, don't you? That no one can beat you. And it's going to take something very special, I think, to beat Rovanpera in Finland. But he was good here. Was he at his best? Maybe not quite. Wasn't entirely comfortable on Friday, but he still did the job. Was brilliant on Saturday. Not entirely comfortable today, but still did the job. Not absolutely pristine performance from Rovanpera, but good enough, more than good enough to be the best out there.
Quite okay, a bit disappointed on the Sunday, but yeah, in my personal mind it doesn't make a big difference, but of course for the team I would have wanted to bring a bit more points. Yeah, we just didn't have the best day.
Why didn't you have such a good day out there? Was it that kind of balance between the win and pushing hard, risking the win?
For sure, yeah, if you take just a bit off and you know, guys like Ott and Seb are going for it, of course you will give something away, and also I think we weren't maybe so good with the car than yesterday. The road was again a bit different, so yeah, when the grip changes like we have today and maybe Friday, we are not so good with the car, so that's at least some good data and something what we can improve.
Ogier was on the second position on that podium for the majority of the rally.
Yeah.
Do you think he's happy with his performance this evening?
He has to be, and you know, when you hear from him, and we'll hear from him shortly, he is happy, that's for sure, but unusually, his target wasn't to win this one. He kind of knew, I guess, when he came here it was going to be really difficult. It's always going to be difficult to beat Rovanpera, even in an 8 times world champion is going to find it difficult in his position in life. Remember, things haven't changed in terms of his ability, but you know, Ogier's in a different part of his life right now, a different part of his career. He's got a young family, and we know, he basically said, didn't he, to us at the start of the event, if this had coincided with the school holidays for my son, I wouldn't have been here. Yeah. You know, his family is absolutely everything, and you know, when you have those considerations, it takes a fraction of your performance, it takes a fraction of your commitment.
It was a very enjoyable weekend, first of all. I think the organizer have done a great job for first. And on my side, of course, I was not, competing these kind of events in some time, so I was not, you never know. I mean, I had a good feeling recently on the car, on every surface, every kind of rally, and it was new event, new pace notes. I know that I'm normally doing well in that.
I don't know whether they're playing games, but a number of people within Hyundai are fully suspecting you now to do the rest of the championship. That's what they're saying. Is there any truth in that? I know you hate that question, but honestly, they're saying it, so I'm asking.
I mean, maybe I should say yes to scare them. I don't know. The truth is, at the moment, you know, we have done 5 out of 8, and with the current point system, it's honestly nearly impossible to recover big points. So it's still big points. More importantly, we've done a great operation this weekend, and I will be in Finland, like you know. But I can already say that not all rally are planned up to the end of the year. But you never know. Maybe I should keep them thinking that it can happen, and then pressure is on.
Oh, the champ! The return of the champ!
Martin Sesks held that third for as long as he could until the very last stage. Tell us about what happened.
Just desperately bad luck. Desperately bad luck. You know, he started the day with a reasonable margin between himself and Tanak behind, but Tanak was on the move. You know, he was really quick yesterday. He had a target. He started 6th on Saturday morning. He rolled his way into 4th place at the end of the day, looking quick, looking committed, looking confident with his car. But at the start of the morning, I thought, Sesks has got enough. They went into that final stage and there was 4.5 seconds between them, and I thought, oh, this could get spicy. But sadly, it all went wrong. He had something break early on in the stage, and he ended up finishing 7th. But that won't detract from what he's achieved this weekend. He took stage wins, he battled with 2 champions, he looked composed, he looked capable, he looked very able out in the stages. And for a young man in his first outing in a Rally 1 car, that was truly, truly remarkable. Yeah, there were a set of circumstances that helped a little bit, but he used everything he could to put in that kind of performance.
Absolutely. When you think about 10 out of 10 drives, I think that is exactly what you imagine for a youngster to come in on a home event where things can get very overwhelming, very high pressure. He kept the head, he was professional, he was extremely skilled, and I think that there are many, many, many people that will be so proud to be Latvian, to be a Martin Sesks supporter. It was incredible.
It was launch start and it was 600 meters and it was a right-hander, a hairpin. Everything was fine for the 600 meters. Then we turned in the right-hander, first gear and second, and then something snapped and we were just like this and we almost didn't make it to the next corner. And it was because at that moment you don't understand what's happening, but straight after that you know that it's done. You just need to finish and like limp mode back.
So you knew you had a fight on your hands for that podium place. Was it all or nothing in that stage? You know, if it had gone well, would you have absolutely thrown everything at it?
Well, for me the focus was if I do first couple of corners precise and good, then I know that the rhythm is there. So it would be fine, then I would just drive and hopefully it would be enough to hold Ott back. But
that slip from the podium position and down the leaderboard was so unfortunate. It was, however, Tanak that stepped up and took that 3rd position. Tell us about his day.
What his weekend? I mean, Tanak is absolutely on a roll. Tanak is looking super strong. Tanak is looking like that driver that won that championship the year he was with Toyota. That year, he had an air of invincibility about him. He started every stage, you expected him to win. He certainly started every rally, and you expected him to win. He's had a whole load of bad luck this year. He's only, 7 or 8 points behind now in the championship. He goes to a rally that he's done remarkably well on in the past in Finland. He could be leading the championship when we leave Finland. We talked to you last night, and I asked you whether it was possible to fight for the full maximum points today. You said it wouldn't be possible. You were kidding, you were lying, you were just trying to hide how brilliant you were going to be.
You need to play it down, then nobody expects anything.
How good are we seeing Ott Tanak right now? How good do you feel, how strong do you feel in terms of your driving and your ability?
To be honest, I felt a bit better after Poland, but then everything what happened in Estonia and in between, it was quite a setback, and we couldn't find any more a good car as well for the beginning of the rally and so on. So always a bad road position and always a bit of low on the cards. But step by step it came back.
So there's our 1, 2, 3 from Rally Latvia. Let's now talk about the drivers that fell below there. Now, Toyota brought 4 drivers to this event. 2 of them, the 2 part-timers, finished on the podium. What happened to the other 2?
Yeah, and this is, Hyundai's gripe, isn't it? You're bringing these part-timers in and they have the advantage of road position. But you're right, what it does show is that Evans and Takamoto Katsuta, full-time seasons, different kind of approach, different commitment out in the stages. Evans was okay. Evans really was okay. And Takamoto was okay, to be totally honest with you. He had that small mistake yesterday, but other than that, this was a good run for Takamoto. It builds his confidence ahead of Finland. Would I be worried if I was Elfyn Evans? Not really. Not yet. Not yet. He continues to make inroads into Neville's championship lead. He goes to Finland. We know how strong he is. He's one of the very best in Finland. He should expect to get a bucket load of points in Finland, and it should be really tight at the end of Finland. If it's not, then we worry. There was nothing wrong with his performance from Elfyn this weekend. It just, again, wasn't quite what we know he's absolutely capable of. But we mustn't forget, he was second on the road. So, am I being a bit harsh? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Maybe I have to reconsider, because he was second on the road and he has extended, or he has closed that gap, obviously, on Thierry Neuville. Harsh? Morning.
Look at you questioning
I am
yourself
questioning
now.
myself big time.
You can
big
tell
time.
he's getting a bit late, he's
Yeah.
getting a bit tired.
No.
This doesn't normally happen.
No, I do question myself, because what I do is I set out arguments and I create arguments, and then I answer the
come at them
argument
from
with the
both
other side.
sides.
And I'm constantly going, yeah, that's the right way, that's the right way, no, that's wrong, that was nonsense, no, that's better. Elvin, I do think it still could have been a little better, but I think it was impressive when you consider second on the road.
Let's see if we can create an argument for Hyundai. Now, they're leading the championship, the Manufacturers' Championship at the moment by just 1 point. Obviously, Tanak's out there doing a great job towards the front of the pack. We asked the question yesterday, where were the other two drivers? Not much change today, did it?
Nothing changed. Okay, you know, Neville pushed hard and he scored 6 points on Super Sunday, 6 out of 12. Tanak scored the maximum, 12 out of 12 today. Should they be worried? Yeah, they should be worried, because again, we know Finland is very much a rally that suits the Toyota, but more than that, historically, it's been a difficult rally for Hyundai. It was a far better rally for Hyundai and Thierry Neuville last year, but previous to that, they've been absolutely lost in Finland. They need Tanak to step up. We know he's capable of doing that, but it's getting incredibly juicy in the championship. I'm not sure who my money would be on right now. It's all getting very tight.
It is indeed. And before we move on to talk about WRC2, let's think about M Sport Ford. Formo finishing fourth.
G Munst.
And G Munst. Tell us about their day.
Formo. So Formo finishes in, I think it was fourth place, wasn't it? Formo finished in, which on the face of it is a good finish. But he didn't score any extra points today, which is this very strange situation we get with this new point scoring system. Overall, a good finish. Formo was very positive all weekend. Munster wasn't too bad. He had that issue yesterday where he hit the bank, and not too bad. I think Munster might struggle a bit in Finland, because that's really the rally where you need to be confident with your car. You need to be committed. We'll see how he gets on there. But Formo is very positive talking about Finland and going forward to Finland, and tells us there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to fight for a podium there.
He seems very excited about the upcoming rally, so hopefully he has a bit more luck, a bit more ease when he comes to it. A couple of drivers that will enjoy those finished roads at our WRC2 podium.
Yes.
We had Solberg number 1, Häkkinen at second, Päiväri third. That was pretty much the same throughout the whole rally. Do you think that they're already got their sights on that next event?
Totally. Particularly Päiväri, because he's in the Rally 1 car, isn't he? So Päiväri will be very much looking forward to it, with some good testing under his belt, over 400 kilometres of testing. This was a reaffirming rally for Oliver Solberg. A lot of questions being asked before this one, and Solberg answered those questions emphatically. He was really, really impressive. He won in Finland last year, and I think he'll be difficult to beat again this year.
What do you think we can expect from the likes of Häkkinen on his home roads?
Yeah, you'll be right there. You know, we know these roads are very specific, and local drivers can do really well in Finland, particularly in WRC2. Häkkinen has proved his pace here. He's a big lad, you know, and when I say big, I mean tall. He's a tall, well-built lad.
Yeah.
I reckon he's twice as heavy as Sami Päiväri. Sami Päiväri is about 60 kilos. I reckon Häkkinen is 115, 120 kilos. Could that be the difference? There's such, genuinely, you guys are laughing, genuinely the margins in Finland are so tight, that extra 40, 50 kilos in the car could be the difference between, you know, Häkkinen winning and Solberg winning.
Now, before we get lost in analysing the body compositions of many other drivers, I think we will round off there as things get packed down around us here in Latvia. Thank you guys very much for keeping up to date with the coverage. There have been so many Dirtfish fans coming out and speaking to us this weekend. It's been incredible. It
has been quite incredible. It's been wonderful being here in Latvia. We've been very well welcomed and very well looked after. I have to say, Hollie, it's been an absolute joy having you back on board. It's been too long. 7 months, Japan. Oh, it's been a joy though.
Shocking. No, it's been brilliant to be back. Thank you for having me, and hopefully it won't be the last.
See you in Finland.
See you later.